Welcome to the show. I have a great show for you. If you haven't seen the art of Derek Dzine, you need to check it out. I'm going to show you some great pieces and talk about his plays and all the cool things he has coming up. Also, Barbara Berg, she's been on the show before, talking about her fingers and feng shui. You need to figure out what's going on with where you wear your rings. It is important. And then Yolanda Haro is going to talk to us about how to develop our leadership skills. This is the right place. Welcome back. Thanks for staying with us. I want to welcome to the show Derek Dzine. Thank you so much for coming out.
Thank you for having me.
We've been working on getting you on the show for a few years, but you're finally here. And the cool thing that I love about your art and your expression of creativity is that you do plays, you write, you paint, you're kind of a Renaissance guy. So tell everybody what you've got going on.
Well, Spoken Love. I've written that book and a few others. Spoken Love, Nubian Nirvana Part 2, and Dream Chasers of Fate. And everything is based on my artwork. Everything surrounds the artwork, Spoken Love. And basically what we do is we bring the art to life theatrically on stage. So we have our through line of what we're trying to get across, but all of the performers, you know, they basically just bring the art to life. They look like the art, they represent the art, and it's presentational pieces. Oh,
really cool. That is so cool. Now, how long did it take you to develop your painting style? I mean, were you just always good? I draw stick people, so that's art is fascinating to me.
Since I was born, I came out drawing. So I've been painting and drawing ever since, and writing. So I started getting a little distracted, moving all over the place, but I put everything into one and felt like that's my niche.
That's your niche. It's very unique. It's a very unique style to bring a play and the art and all that thing. And of course, people can buy your art and all of that stuff. It's hanging in some pretty famous places.
Yeah, Hourglass, we're doing a play there. We did my theory on inauguration, and we're bringing that to life, Obama and the whole family, and we're bringing that together at the Hourglass Wine Gallery.
Okay, so you did the paintings and you wrote the play that goes with it, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not in the play.
You're not in it, but you wrote it. Okay, very good. Because you said it looks like the actors that you bring in look like that.
Right, we have a guy named Tony who's bringing Obama to life. We have Jaterica, she's doing Michelle, and they're awesome.
Really good. That is.
We have Kanshaka Ali directing it, bachelor's degree in theater. He does a lot of plays out here.
Very good. That's exciting. So when you do these collaborations, because you're constantly writing, you always have new stuff, which is kind of
I write
cool.
all the time.
Okay.
Like as Darla said, write. I'm a writer, so I write.
Right. Okay. So you always have new stuff coming out. Is it almost like you have more stuff coming out of you creatively than you can
Then
get
I can
out
keep
there?
up with, right. I've tapped into the source and it just keeps coming out, but I just
so
try
what
to
does it
monitor
take for you to write? What's your environment like when you're writing?
I take negatives, really, times when I feel like I'm wasting time and I feel like I need to make this into something positive. That's when I write.
Okay. And what else inspires you? That, taking...
Well, I mean, that doesn't inspire me. I just
what
find that a
inspires
lot
you?
of people don't know when to write. So I go by the waves of my emotion. If I feel down and I don't feel like writing, I don't force it. That's when you run into writer's block. But if you feel inspired by something, you use that wave, that emotion, and go with it.
Okay. Let's talk about the business part a little bit. A lot of people, they haven't gotten to where you are, where you can really, sell big pieces. How does an artist start so they're not starving? Because you have a really special niche, and I know that you've figured out some things.
How do they start without starving?
Yeah, I mean, do they just need to start small? What's the start of an artist who wants to sell his art?
Well, the thing about what I've read in books is that you don't do it to sell art. You do it because it's something that heals you. And then you take it from there. If you feel like, hey, I'm an artist that has a 9-to-5 and I paint as a hobby, then you make that decision. But if you're going to be a business person, you have to make a business decision to use it as a business. So that's the only information I can get, advice on I can give on that.
Now, you do a lot of paintings on love. So did A Broken Heart inspire you? You have a lot of love stuff.
Nubian Nirvana Part 2 of that isn't about love, it's about family.
Okay.
I just chose that subject matter because it came from a poem.
Okay.
And that poem inspired the whole book. So everyone thinks I'm some romantic, but I mean.
Okay, I just saying, I've seen your paintings. I know there's a lot of love on them straight.
Well, that sells. I used to do dark pictures and that didn't sell. So.
People like love and light in there. Well, congratulations on all your good work. It's great to have you in the studios. Tell people where they can pick up your paintings and your books and how they can get in contact with you. Gallery by Dzine,
www.gallerybydzine.com, Facebook. Those are the best two ways to reach me.
Okay. Very good. Thank you for coming out.
Thank you.
It's good to see you. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about the rings on your fingers, and we're going to try to slow him down from running out of the studio. We'll be right back. Hi, I'm Dr. Letitia Wright. You might know me from the Right Place TV show. It's my weekly television talk show where we talk about entrepreneurship and business. I have guests who are able to give you great information on growing your own business. Today, I want to share with you a business that almost anyone can do and make a profit and do good at the same time. It's called Fusion Excel. Fusion Excel does well by doing good. It's grown in over 160 countries all over the world. Fusion Excel has donated over $500,000 to nonprofits this year alone. My favorite program is the 1 million sewing machines for India. The founder of Fusion Excel, Mr. Paul Ting, understood that if a woman in India has a sewing machine, she can take in sewing jobs and take her family out of poverty. He made a pledge to donate 1 million sewing machines to India through Fusion Excel. Fusion Excel is a business where your success levels are up to you. We know multiple streams of income are important to weather the volatile economic crisis we're experiencing. Your own Fusion Excel business could be a great way to stabilize your income. The Fusion Excel pendant is infused with scalar energy and is safe for pregnant women as well as people with pacemakers. Now, I'm not an expert on scalar energy. You can Google the details on it, but I do know that people have more energy and feel more healthy wearing it. We can even muscle test you to see if it can work for you. We look forward to helping you feel better, create that extra income, and make the world a better place. Remember, ignoring one's conscience is neither safe nor right. Welcome back. Our guest is Barbara Berg. You've seen her on the show before talking about rings and feng shui. I'm going to have her go through the whole concept again because a lot of you haven't met her before, but welcome to the show.
It is so great to be back, Dr. Wright. You know how people talk about feng shui with their house? Well, this is ring shui with your rings in your hands, and you helped me develop this as far along as it's getting, and I want to thank you for that.
You're welcome. It's very, very exciting. So let's just back up for people that may not know about it. What is the whole concept of ring shui?
The whole concept actually started when I wanted to have love in my life and work too, but I think I was married to my work, not realizing it was showing up on my fingers. And I was writing my second book, and this doctor who knows energy said, Barbara, take the rings off your middle fingers because it's going to make conflict, it's going to make it more difficult, and you're going to be alone. I didn't think twice about it. I just took the ring off, and things got warmer. People would be around me that I could say yes more easily. It was more cohesive and cooperative, and I fell in love. I got remarried, which I never thought would happen, and it's going very well. So I developed the whole system. You did a podcast with me one day, and you said, what are we going to talk about today? And then the whole thing got rolling. It said hand shui at first, and it turned into ring shui.
Ring shui.
And so it's really moving right along.
Congratulations. So you've got the book to teach everyone about it, and you've got the ring. So let's talk about our different fingers, and I love what you say about the pearl rings.
There's a whole system to this, and the right hand is really putting out to the world what you want to do. This is the do hand. This is the be hand where you sit still and you let love come to you on this finger. Truly, if you have self-love and you want someone else to love you, put a ring on your right ring finger. I've come to find this to be the Apollo energy finger where there's a lot of self-love. When you wear a pearl along with a small diamond, it really says, I love myself and I'd like someone to put a big diamond on my finger over here. Pearls are a way of reminding a woman there's a time to be aggressive and assertive out there, mainly assertive, and a time to just sit and things come to you. Let other people use their energy and bring it to you.
Okay.
What I have found over the last 20 years, more and more of us, whether we know it or not, we're giving up on love. And we're saying the heck with it. We don't even know we're doing it. We're putting rings on our middle fingers. The right middle finger, it will mean, you know, I can have a crash and burn relationship. It doesn't really matter. And you'll meet a commitment phobe or you'll be a commitment phobe. This is growing. If you're tired of crash and burn, take that off and put it here. These are the law of attraction fingers. If you've read The Secret, you'll love this. This is where you release old hurts. Put a ring on for that. Put a ring on for I'm putting a new idea out to the world and I'm willing to do what I'm saying I'm going to do. I love that whole thing about desire, determination, deliverance, dedication. This is the finger for that. And those days where you want to sit still and be the queen bee, let it come home to you. These fingers will work for you. These fingers can hold you back. So these are the fingers, the ring fingers for stability, and these are for positive change.
Okay, so we really want to work on these two fingers, not so much the thumb. I see a lot of guys wearing thumb rings.
Let's talk about thumb rings.
Let's talk about that.
These are actually a real strong need for power. This means you're willing to take care of everyone else, and when they come to help you, you're like, no, I can kind of do it better. This ring, actually the left one, it means I'll say yes to you and I'll regret it later. There are even some double thumbers, and God bless them because they really have a lot of great ideas out for the world, but their vision may kind of overwhelm your visions. So I have found people have actually taken them off, given them a rest, and then people can help them, and when you can say yes to help, you've got cooperation.
You've got cooperation. Oh my goodness. So tell us about the two books and how to get those.
You can get these on Amazon and also at ringshui.com or barbaraberg.com. This is my second book. It's a McGraw-Hill book. And I have to say, when I was writing this, it's about you break up with someone, you work so hard on yourself, then you meet them again, a new person. It's like, oh no, I'm falling back to old ways. And I find if you're wearing a middle finger ring, you will fall back to old ways like, oh, I can't trust anybody. I have to take care of myself only and no one will connect with me. So this is a time period to take a look at that. Move it over here for new ideas or over here for I'm ready for someone to choose me. And this is actually the fun book, Ring Shui, where it actually shows how you do your life is right out on your hands and what you bring to people.
What you bring to people. It's right there on your hands.
Right there on your hands.
So what attracted you to, just quickly, to Feng Shui, and then
I didn't realize it at first, but I do love wearing rings. And let your fingers do the talking. I realize I've always worn them. And as I enjoy talking about relationships, it can get so heavy and so intense. Sometimes it's just fun to have fun with it. And let these rings bring something new to your life, especially if you're wearing no rings and you want to see what's going on there. Throw a ring on your index finger. Something new will come to you within 3 to 6 weeks. I promise.
Okay, that's awesome. Thank you so much. You guys can visit barbaraberg.com too, and got everything there. It's great to see you, and it's beautiful that you have developed something that's truly you. You never get tired of sharing this with people.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
You brought Ring Shui to me, Dr.
Okay.
Thank you.
We'll be right back. We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to talk about developing your leadership skills. Put that idea out there. Okay, I'll see you in a minute.
This is a public announcement. CNNMoney.com reports that in some areas of the country, buyers are scooping up homes for as little as $1,000. Foreclosures are at an all-time high. Government and private banks are liquidating these homes now. If you currently rent a house or apartment, you may call now and learn how to receive your free list of these homes. All others may call tomorrow. Every house must be sold. This is a public announcement.
Call 1-800-315-1787. That's 1-800-315-1787.
Tronics Country says you're approved, guaranteed.
I wanted a new computer, but I couldn't get financed.
If you have an active checking account and can afford low, flexible payments, you're already approved, guaranteed. There's no credit check, so you won't be turned down.
Tronics Country approved me quickly.
I got instant approval, and it was easy.
And with your paid order, we'll add a free color printer, free MP3 music player, and free LCD TV. Call now and tell us where you want your brand new computer and free gift shipped today.
Hey you. Yeah, I'm talking to you.
Why are you still sitting on that couch? You know you could be out there cooking for a living. You speak food. That's why you got to call Le Cordon Bleu. They'll help get you out there with training in less time than you think. Sounds good, right? So grab your phone right now and call Le Cordon Bleu. They'll send you a complimentary career guide so you can see what it's really like to work in the culinary arts.
Call 800-817-5932 or text GO-LCB70 to 94576. Call or text now.
Did you call yet?
Welcome back. We want to talk about leadership and developing your leadership. I have a very special guest. Yolanda Haro is here. She's from Impacto Inc. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Tell us a little bit about why it's so important to develop our leadership skills, and then we can talk about how, but tell us why.
I think the reason why we need to develop leadership skills, one, is that the world needs more leaders right now. We need more leaders in the House. We need more leaders in the executive offices, in businesses, all over. And so I think that it's important that we show up as leaders, that we inspire other people, that we have a clear vision, that we really are people of values. Because if we don't, then how are we going to transform the world? How are we going to transform our homes and ourselves? So by developing leadership skills, I think it's very important that we move society forward, and that's a way to do it, to be a leader.
Very good. Now, you're very powerful in terms of training people, helping people realize their leadership skills and bringing them up to snuff very quickly.
Right.
You do a lot of, trainings with offices. What's the biggest challenge in someone really bringing their leadership skills up?
I think the barriers is probably lack of belief in themselves. Some people feel that, they don't feel confident that they are leaders. A lot of people may think that they're followers. Well, there's nothing wrong with being a follower. You can be a leader at times and a follower at times. But I think it's just the barrier is the mentality, how we feel about ourselves, maybe low self-esteem, low self-image might not enable you to be a leader or to think that you can be a leader. So that's one barrier that we work. And I think affirmations and self-talk, positive self-talk, is a way to combat that.
Because we always have self-talk. We just have to make sure it's positive.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Tell us about what the experience is with you. When we're coming to you for some leadership training, how do you help people?
Well, how I help people is that if I'm going to an organization, I really try to understand what are the needs there. What's going on in the environment, what are people struggling with, and they'll usually tell me, it's either issues with communication or they're having some conflict that they want resolved, or it might be just customer service. In hospitals right now, they're very eager for customer service. How do we provide the best customer service to our patients? And how do we go from good to great is a big one. It's okay to be good, but how do we get those scores to be great? So I try to understand the needs, and based on the needs, then I design a curriculum that works for them.
Okay. And so they're going to be able to work through that curriculum in what kind of time period? Is it depending upon the company?
It depends on the company and the time frame. I can do a one-day workshop for them. I could do a 2-day. In some corporations, I even do a 3-day leadership course where we dive into collaboration, decision-making, visioning, goals. So it just depends on the time frame and what the company is able to do with the employees when they're off work.
Okay, let's talk about visioning for a second, because a lot of people might think that sounds a little woo-woo, but
Right.
you're in businesses teaching visioning, so just explain that to our viewers.
So a vision is the ideal state in the future. And whether we're individuals or we're corporations, companies spend a lot of money, thousands of dollars, deciding on their vision. So there's two things. There's vision and then there's mission. So your vision is, where do you want to be 10 years from now, 20 years from now? Do you want to be a leader in the world at something? So that's your vision, your ideal state that you're trying to get to. The mission is what is my role every day. Okay, so if I want to be the best in healthcare, if I want to be the best in my field, what would that take, and what are the necessary steps that I take every day as an individual, and that would be part of my mission. So that's the difference between the vision and the mission.
Very good. And a lot of people are concerned about the culture of their office. Does it take a certain culture to create leadership? Can the culture be so strange that you're really not able to help them because their mindset's not there?
I think every culture can create leadership. I think it's easier when the culture is positive. I think if we facilitate, managers ask me, how do I motivate people? How do I, help them be leaders? I don't think that we make motivation happen. I think we create an environment that allows people to really feel safe in the environment, to feel safe to make mistakes, to learn, to be appreciated, and then their leadership comes out. Because everybody, we all have leadership skills. We all have positive things in us. We are gifted in many different ways. So it's just about feeling safe, feeling appreciated, and being able to demonstrate our light in the workplace and in the world.
Okay. We have a lot of entrepreneurs that watch this show. And what could they do at home that would help them, again, develop their leadership skills if they don't have a big team with them?
Well, the first thing, I always start with the person. And in a lot of your shows that, we listen about affirmations. And one of the things that I really believe, we might not think it's connected to leadership, but it's about loving ourselves. And so one of the things that you can do in the morning, look in the mirror and say your name. For example, my name is Yolanda. Yolanda, I love you. I accept you. I approve of you. And we're going to have a great day today. And then from there, start being around people who are leaders, people that you admire and people who you are inspired by.
Exactly, because when you go to people, I was told when I was young, the people around me are going to influence me. So
Correct.
Pick people who help me be what it is I want to be.
Be very protective of the people around you and only have those people that you would like to be like, that you admire.
Very good, very good.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell us about Impacto Inc. and how to get in touch with you, because...
So Impacto Inc. is a training, personal development and professional development company. I also do life coaching, and the way to get in touch with me is to go on www.impactoinc.com.
Okay, great.
And you can also call me directly. So my number will show up on the screen, 626-512-7040.
Very
and
good.
I'm here for everyone.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I think those tips are really important. We want people to have their leadership skills up because it only helps them make more money and be more successful.
Exactly. It's time. It's time for everybody to show up as a leader. For our children, it's important that our children see leaders in the world. And it's time for us to show up as leaders and step up.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for watching. Congratulations to Renee Futter. She got a Mercedes-Benz for her sales in Arbonne. She's definitely a great role model, and her team is still going higher and higher. So congratulations, Renee, and I can't wait to get a ride in that sweet new Mercedes. You can visit rightplacetv.com and get any links that you missed or any information from the show. And we'll also be giving away some free gifts of books of some of our guests. Remember, ignoring one's conscience is neither safe nor right, and I'll see you next time.